Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Sunday, March 28th, Monday, March 29th. For those of you across the pond and beyond, welcome to We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm so glad you guys can join us this evening. I'm your host, TessaTNT, and I'm super excited about the show tonight. Tonight, we have Mr. Bill Hauser, aka Can Dewey, on, and we're going to be doing a Ghost Box Live. A little bit about Bill Hauser. He's an independent paranormal researcher and investigator. He was born in Vancouver, BC, and lives in the West Coast, particularly in the city of Surrey, BC. A well-rounded investigator and researcher using different types of equipment on paranormal investigations in different locations. Paranormal activities are things that he is passionate to do. He has dedicated and committed himself to ghost hunting for over 20 years now. Yes, he has his own personal paranormal experiences, but fearfulness didn't stop him yet, and it was key to widening his horizons, discovering new things, and to quest to find real answers and help others deal with paranormal concerns. Digital, night vision, and full-spectrum video cameras are products of modern technology that makes paranormal investigation and research easier for him. At present, he is focusing his research of paranormal phenomenon, asking questions to spirits using the following devices: EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon with digital recorder and special featured programs, Spirit Box, Ghost Box, and what's also known as Frank Box are samples of controversial electronic devices. This electronic device called ITC, which is instrumental transcommunication, is a device that he uses for two-way real-time spirit communications, which gives great results upon asking questions. And for the record, all of his YouTube videos that he has done are filmed in RAW and there are no alterations. He's done networking with paranormal organizations on current paranormal issues and has been invited to numerous radio shows to share information about different techniques on how you should do proper ethics of research in this type of field. Welcome, Bill, and thanks so much for coming back and hanging out with us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me on, Tessa. It's been a really great time to come on your show again, and I'm looking forward to the callers calling in as well for their Ghost Box sessions. And yeah, it's interesting indeed.
Yeah, I know last time we had you on, we had asked about our new president, Mr. Biden, and had gotten a few different things come through, and some things did start to happen after that. What have you seen?
Well, of course, what's been in the news is him going up the staircasing to Air Force One there and having a little spill there, a little slip. That could have really been bad for him if he had fallen all the way down that stairs. Yeah, I just was quite surprised when that happened.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to say the least. And then, you know, there's a bunch of different ones from past presidents and vice presidents and such that I was watching, and it was kind of funny to go back on those. But yeah, it does seem like, you know, he hasn't been in office for very long, and I don't think he was in the best health in the first place, but it seems like it's really, really eating away at him. And I've seen that with past presidents as well. You know, they tend to age quite quickly after getting into office.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, it's a great responsibility to be the President of the United States. There's so much concerns that are happening on a daily basis, even hourly sometimes, with international events going on and incidences that are revolving around. So, yeah, it's a very responsible position.
For sure. Jojo in the chat room said Biden's nickname should be Flashbang. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Wow. I think we got Chris back. Chris, are you back with us?
Yes, I'm doing good. It's just that damn mic it's acting crazy. So yeah.
You sound really good now, so I'm glad we got it worked out.
Yeah, it's just that like I was saying, I was doing another show like at 6. I don't know if y'all saw it, but if you didn't, I was uh interviewed and they had asked questions and it was good. And I thought I was like, oh my God, I hope I make it. So enough, I made it enough time to do that show and then I had 30 minutes to rest and get ready for Tessa's show. So I'm getting back to back. So, whew. But I wasn't doing no reading, so I'm okay with that. So, but
Yeah,
I've
so it
been
doesn't
busy.
drain you as much, huh?
You know what? It's good because it does it you're right, Tess. It doesn't drain me because it's more of like an interview. I mean, I did read a few people on there, but it was more like I was just talking about my experiences and shows that I've done and stuff like that. So it was I had a good time, so I had enough time to advertise myself, of course, and to tell them what I did and helping people and stuff like that. So it was good. But now that I'm on your show, it's part two. So but now I'm just more laid back. So I'm just gonna be laid back and enjoy Bill's sessions and as a matter of fact, Bill, I got that message from you about Biden. A lot of that stuff that we did on the last show with Tess, I guess that was validation to everything that we said, right?
Yeah, it definitely is compelling, no question about it, especially him having a little slip there on the stairwell going up to Air Force One.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was like
yeah.
not once, but 3 times in a row, slip and catch, slip and catch, slip and catch. And I'm like, man, Joe, you climb up the stairs like I do. I can
I
fall up
saw
the
that
stairs, no
too.
problem.
You know what I was
Yeah.
also, you know what I was looking at too? I was looking at that speech where he was talking about the guns, and I was even thinking about Tessa when over there in Colorado. I'm hoping it wasn't in your area, but I was praying for you and for everybody in the Colorado area. I was just like, it's just getting so bad. And when I saw him talking on the public speech, he kind of like got a little tongue tied. He didn't know what he was saying, and then I think it was when did he speak again? Like 2 days ago, and he was speaking, and they were asking all these questions about immigration, and one of the ladies asked a question, and he goes, he said it on the show. He's like, "Who are you people? Really? You're gonna ask me if I agree with that stuff?" And he's like, "Of course I don't." And it was weird because he like this attitude like sarcastically, but he didn't like
Yeah.
cuss at him, but he was like looking at him like, are you serious, like you're gonna ask me that stupid question? But of course they're reporters, so they gotta ask. But about the expression on his face, I was like, he's already in 100 days of office and he looked irritated, like he just did not want to hear anything stupid.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty sad because the last couple times I've seen him, okay, so for that, yeah, he did get short tempered and actually used a little bit of his humor when he was talking about Trump and was like, man, I miss that guy. Uh, but when he did that speech in Boulder, which is 6 hours away from us, but thank you so much for thinking of us and everything. We're 6 hours away from that, and I had a few people reach out to me to see what was going on. But in that speech, he said at one point, Joe and I are pretty concerned or something like that. And I'm like, is there another Joe that he's around or what? Like, your name is Joe, dude. Who are you talking about? Who's writing your stuff? Are you reading this or is this from memory? What's going on?
yeah, so that kind of just validated because when I look at him, I've been observing like his speech and he does speak, but there's times where he'll pause and then he'll look at the notes and he's like, where am I? Yeah, he actually said that on the air. He was like, where am I? And then I said, dude, you're in the White House. I answered for him even though he couldn't hear me. I was like, really? You're gonna say that where everybody can see you on live? I'm like, what do you mean where you're at? Because he was like looking at all the notes and I guess he did have it organized, but since he had like the names of who wanted to ask him questions, I was thinking to myself, yeah, that's what me and Bill and Tessa were talking about. I said, there you go. There's the validation. But it was just crazy because I mean, it's only, I think, 100 days of office, and he's been like so, like you said, Tessa, he did have some kind of little sense of humor, but he did have a little attitude with it.
Mm-hmm.
But compare that to Donald Trump, he's nowhere near Donald Trump. He's a little bit better. It's just that he has this sarcastic kind of response, not like Donald Trump. You're like, if you don't fight for your country, that kind of crap. It's just yeah. So it was kind of validating and very amusing that he just gave us all the validation. So yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of worry because he reminds me of a lot of my father-in-law that had gone through Alzheimer's and dementia and just the kind of void look that you get. And he's just looking, as far as health-wise, like he's just barely there. And so I worry about the guy. Hopefully he pulls through.
I hope so too. I mean, because he's not showing any signs of dementia, not that I'm aware of. It's just that he loses his train of thought when he's going to say something. But there's a few questions that I did see him avoid, but I did see some kind of a somewhat of validation. The only thing I didn't see was when he fell. I didn't see anything of that. Tess, you need to send me that link of him
Okay.
falling. So I didn't know that he almost fell twice. I didn't know anything
Yeah, it
about
was like
that.
three times in a row or whatnot, going up the stairs to Air Force One. But yeah, I'll look it up real quick.
It seems that his center of balance is kind of off there where he's going up there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely having some issues with that.
Well, isn't he in his 70s? So he's his age. It's going to start showing. And I think
Yeah,
if
true.
I think in his second term, I don't even know if he's going to pull through because by the time he's done, I want to say he's going to be in his mid 80s, close to 90. So we'll see what happens.
If he
We'll see
makes
what
it.
happens.
Yeah. Oh, Christopher, you mentioned last time on air something about April 10th, I believe.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
so what exactly, again, just refresh my mind on that because I remember a little bit of that being mentioned last time on the show.
Honestly, I don't remember what we were talking about, but I did say something about April 10th. I don't know what it was about, but I do want to say, if I remember, I want to say it was probably like something similar to like something that was different. Oh, that's what it was about. It was something about Biden. I want to say it was something about what we were saying that if he was gonna something was gonna happen during that time, during that change. So I want to say it was something with Biden. I can't really be specific on what it was,
Yeah,
but I want to say it
yeah,
was something about Biden during that time. So
yeah.
and even Tessa wrote it down. I believe she wrote it down. Didn't you write that date down, Tessa? April the 10th? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Prior to me saying that. And I was muted that whole time. So Chris Garcia is on April 10th, plus it's BTO's birthday. But there was something else.
I can't. I want to say it's Biden, if anything. I remember it was something similar to what I think the outcome was
Yeah.
going to happen. But
Hmm.
we'll see what happens
Yeah.
because he is showing signs of everything you said, Bill, everything that
Yeah.
Christopher said, Tessa said, and I said. So there's a little bit of validation, even though I didn't know he fell. I'm glad he didn't, but I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, that could have been very bad for him if he fell all
yeah.
the way down those stairs.
No, you
Oh
know what I was
my.
gonna say? You know
Yeah.
what I was thinking about that time when you said he fell? I forgot what it's called. I want to say it's vertical. No, it's not vertical. Wait,
Well,
is it vertical?
yeah, where you
It's
feel dizzy
when
and
you
off
have to.
center.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what could have happened because he had too much wax in his ear. Because they said that when you have too much stuff in your ear, that can give you to become vertical to where you can kind of like feel dizzy or collapse. So that could be something real close to what Bill said there about him falling. So keep that in mind that maybe that's what it was. I'm hoping that's not what it is, but unless if he doesn't have strength on his legs, but I mean that would be the last thing that I would think it would be is I don't think it's strength. I think it's more vertical with, too much like feeling lightheaded or dizziness. So that's possible what would happen to him that he felt a little bit like off. So he just said, oops, sorry. Fell.
Well, Alzheimer's and dementia as well. Don't you get that sometimes. I don't know.
Honestly, I would say you do, but but I would think that if he does get those kind of symptoms, it's a possibility. So we'll keep that in mind, Bill. Thank you for reminding me about April 10th because I know I wrote it down somewhere, but now that I'm looking for it as we're talking, I can't remember where I put it down.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, still, I mean, that has to reveal itself in its own right. So, but yeah, it's definitely that's what caught my attention last time was when you mentioned April 10th. So,
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look. And it was crazy because there was, I thought it was March 6th, but was it April 6th that the time traveler was saying? I looked last night, nothing happened on March 6th, so I'm like, okay, I'll have to go back and look at this screenshot that I took of what this time traveler had said and see if he actually said April or March. It had to be April because we had our show. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
it was March.
Wow. So, but that is kind of interesting because now you're reminding me of. I know it wasn't about BTO. It had to be something else. I want to say
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was Biden. I just can't remember what we were talking about because that night was very interesting. Even with my reading, there was a lot of messages. With my last name, I remember
Yeah.
um, a lot of growth and what they said. What they saw for me. So that's and you know what? I'm gonna give you some little validation on that, because now next month I will be on different other shows. So that is kind of validating that, that everything you said or the spirit box said is validating. So I just wanted to give you some validation, Bill, on everything you
okay,
said is
well, that's great.
coming.
Yeah.
But
Well, I found just overall, just what's happened in the news and everything, just a little bit compelling to that session we did last month there with the Ghost Box.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that is kind of interesting.
I
Very,
remember
very.
that.
Yeah. And
Hello, Christopher.
Hello,
Christopher, how you doing there, Christopher?
I'm okay. I'm
That's
ready.
awesome.
but other than that, I mean, what's been new with you, Bill? Have you done anything? And that's okay.
I did a trip out of town. I was involved with doing a YouTube video for basically a hotel in the heritage area of Powell River. It still has to be released yet, but the sneak preview's been released there, so I sent it to both of you there so you can see a rough idea of what's happening. And it's basically, I think, in lines with the hotel having some paranormal activity. It's just the owner there wants to kind of hype it up a little bit for business and like paranormal tourism, really. So, because he gets a lot of questions from his guests when they check in.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I had a nice little trip out of town, and it was really beautiful over there. And yeah, it's nice up there.
Well, that's good. And now that everything is kind of like a little bit 100%, how are you? Over there where you're at, are they restricting still? Like, how much percentage can people go out? Because over here, a lot of people, because of our damn governor said that we are 100 capacity, but a lot of people are still wearing their masks, so they think
Mm-hmm.
that. That's the only thing I've noticed that within the past few weeks, it's been just crazy. We go to Walmart, there's people. We go to Home Depot, like today, there was a bunch of people. And I'm like thinking to myself, we were in lockdown and we were restricted. Now that the governor said, oh, you don't have to wear your mask and everybody's 100%. And I'm like looking at everybody like, really? I was like,
You're like,
Hmm.
I'm not feeling it. It reminds
I
me of
know,
the
I
whole
wasn't.
Spanish influenza where Texas had to reopen 3 different times during that time
Yeah, that hit.
because they just couldn't
Yeah.
stand not to be, working and running their businesses and such. It's so hard. I understand it, but just get through this little amount of time we have to. Man.
Yeah.
Because of because of those idiots, my percentage rate, in my community, back up to 12%, and the place I attend now has to close again
Oh, wow.
And I
because
did
Yeah.
of
find.
Texas and Florida.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
And I did
Yeah, we
find the
gotta still
snapshot.
wear our masks here and stuff. So I guess the rule is you basically can't be in a congregation more than 10, I believe, is what the provincial guidelines are saying. So when we're up at that hotel doing the video there was no other guests in there, just the staff. So the numbers were below 10. So it was meeting the COVID restriction requirements.
So nobody will get in trouble over that.
Wow. That's just insane. I mean, I just think that, with all this restricted, first we dealt with the damn frozen when we had no power. We had no water, and then that
Oh
was
man, that was
fixed. And
crazy.
then after that, we had the governor saying, "Yo, people don't have to wear the mask." And I'm just like looking at him like, "You're just a dumbass just saying that shit." And I'm thinking, these people are not all vaccinated, including me. And I'm like, really? You're going to tell us that we don't have to wear our mask? I said, no, that's not right. And honestly, Tessa, I wasn't feeling it. When he said that, I was like, we're in for a big surprise. Because everybody, and then I heard that
It's
thing.
not a
Did y'all
good one
hear?
either.
I think, did y'all hear
No.
about that? Did you hear about that riot over there in Florida? A lot of people were partying out there in Florida. But
Oh
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
all drunkards and acting like total
yeah.
freaking idiots. I
Well, that
can't
was a
say the
spring
F word
break.
on air.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I
Spring
saw
break.
that.
I
yeah,
didn't see the
yeah. I heard
riot.
about that. I
Yeah,
saw
but
it briefly in the news there. It was with spring break revelers not following,
They
rules,
didn't
shall we
want
say.
they didn't want to
that's
wear
what
a mask, so they got all rowdy.
yeah,
Well,
the
generally,
cops
when you
had.
see video, like even during the Super Bowl and stuff, people are running around no masks on, and that's how it's been in Florida, which is pretty cool as far as like anxiety and stress and stuff like that, I suppose, until you have to deal with having it, which a lot of people, don't believe in. But yeah, so they got upset that they were trying to put masks on them and such. That's crazy.
And then they had to put those smoke bombs for them to go home. And they even said it on a microphone. They said, "Everybody out here, it's time curfew. You need to go home. And if you don't go home," they said something similar to that you need to leave the premises. And a lot of them, they didn't even listen. They just fought back, and yeah, they had to get a little bit rowdy. And I don't
Yeah,
know if they arrested anybody, but there was people that were not listening to the cops. So that's kind of just
yeah,
funny.
definitely a riot situation happening there to some degree. So,
And
It was,
besides what your governor did, Chris, and he had the balls to do it, and right after your state electric monopoly about blew up.
yeah, that's why I'm looking at that. And I said, this dude is a dumbass.
Yeah, and
And
Jamie in
then I
the
noticed
chat
it.
room, she's saying she heard Florida is number 2 in the most COVID outbreaks in the U.S.
Oh,
wow,
wow.
I can
After
see
Well,
why.
Texas.
that kind of does make sense because they're not wearing no mask. And it is bad because, I mean, we just got over the damn freeze of 2000 this year, but I mean I know that hopefully we don't have that when the fog comes back. Hopefully we don't get a freeze like that because we were below 9 degrees, and that's very unusual for
Oh man.
Texas. So
Yeah, wasn't that
Wow,
called
really
an
that's
bad.
yeah,
Arctic front or something like that?
Yes,
yeah,
and
that kind of came down pretty well a good part of North America, the Arctic front there
Yeah, it was right in the
at that
middle of
time.
America.
Yeah, even we got a little chilly on our side too from it, so we kind of got the edge of it. But
I
yeah,
was going to ask you too, Tess, what did you think about the Atlanta shooting with the Asian? That's a whole another. When I looked at that, I was like, Trump did that shit. That was the first thing that popped in my head because I remember when he.
Uh-huh.
So when I saw that, I was like, here we go. First, it was the uh, people with the black people, and now they're picking on the Asians. And the only
Yeah,
thing I can think is that they're blaming all the Asians because they think that
for
that's why
COVID.
COVID's out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
so
their fault. They didn't do it, and it's really sad that
no,
people are so small-minded that they are thinking this way. These people had nothing to do with this. What is your problem? But there are people out there
It's
that are
nobody's
mentally ill,
fault.
and even if you're not, like a lot of people right now are dealing with depression, sleep issues, so on and so forth, due to all the shenanigans that have been going on. But it just hurts my heart, and it makes me feel really sad to think about that.
Yeah, I agree, Tessa. That's happening here as well. There's cases of people being attacked in the Asian communities uh, over this whole COVID-19 situation. People are taking their frustrations out. And it's usually something like an elderly person pushing them down, what's very dangerous. They could break their hip, and many different medical situations could occur from that. So it's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for the people, over there from Atlanta, and for the people, like I told you, Tessa, about people in Colorado. I just give you my condolences for the loved ones that were left behind, for the dumbasses for shooting your loved ones. I just give you my condolences, and I'm just sorry that that it had to end that way, and I'm just sorry that hopefully this violence will stop, soon. It doesn't continue, but I just want to give you all my condolences.
Well, of course, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and a thing that I saw, a person that is a friend on my friends list said a friend of his, it was actually her mother or whatever that was in the store, and she was shot. And, he was feeling really bad for her and giving condolences, and there's actually people underneath this post that are saying it's fake, it's a total setup, these are, people, paid actors that are, doing this, and it's like, wow. Like, this poor person is going through a loss, and you're posting these things. Like, there's a time and place for everything. But that really blew my mind. And, for me, I'll move along, keep scrolling, because that's not my place there, and everybody was keeping their cool. But holy shnikes, just, I don't know.
You know what that comes down to, Tessa? If you don't like what you're hearing, you'll either call it off as fake news, or, like you say, paid actors, what do they call them? Crisis actors, all that kind of, quite frankly, that's all conspiracy theory. Well, I would say almost nonsense in some cases when, actually real people were affected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very sad all around.
Yeah.
You want to do with bullies like that, Tessa?
What do you do, Christopher?
All of these social media buttons created God's best babysitting tool. You know what that is? The block button.
Yes.
It's magical, right?
Yeah. You can keep scrolling and not worry about other people's business, or like you said, if they're getting into your business and won't stop, just block.
Just click.
Yeah.
And move on.
Stop, block it.
You know what I was going to tell you, Tess? I went to Walmart earlier, and if you hear me crunching, I got me some M&Ms, the ones that are a classic mix, the milk chocolate and peanut right now. So I don't know why I've been craving chocolate today.
I'm drinking a Mountain Dew bottle.
I must be pregnant.
They put me back on Mountain Dew.
Oh, they did?
Who's they?
Yep. I'm allowed to drink it again.
Well, do it in moderation, Chris, so you don't get kicked off of it again. Take it easy. I know you're excited. And, I know how you love your Mountain Dew. But in moderation, buddy.
Yep.
I saw you with that big old bottle last night. I'm like, damn, Chris is back and in effect.
But it's diet, though. But it's a twist to it. It's diet. It has no sugar. See? I'm not dumb enough to get kicked off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it's been an interesting week for, everything.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, it's cool that, Bill's getting out there and doing stuff. I liked watching your video and seeing you in action. And, man, I'm raring to get back out there, waiting for that warm weather and some actual time. When summer hits, it's on, like Donkey Kong, because I don't have to do homeschool anymore. And I can be free and go out and do some paranormal investigating and such. It's going to be nice. But I love to live vicariously through people such as Bill and get to see his adventures and stuff that he goes on through his videos and such. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, in this case, I joined up with the paranormal road trippers there. I've been doing a little bit of work with them. So, yeah, it's kind of nice to do out of town when you can. And, we did it safely and everything. So, yeah, that's the main thing.
Yep. And it's good to get out too. Like we've all been, stuck at home and bundled up, not only due to winter, but the whole COVID thing and whatnot. But it's nice to get out. I'm loving the spring. Happy spring, everyone. I'm super excited. We're only a week or so into it, but let's get it on. Let's go with the warm weather. And it's like you start getting comfortable. You start wearing shorter sleeves and maybe even break out the shorts if you're really brave. And then all of a sudden winter rears its ugly head again. And you're like, man, it's freezing in here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been just crazy. And I was going to ask you, how did y'all deal with the time change? I'm still having to adjust to it. I just don't like it.
They
I
need
don't
to
like
abolish
the
that, man.
Cycle off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really affect me too much. It happened during the time I was up in Powell River there, but it really, I mean, for me, it didn't affect me too much. So, but I know for other people, yeah, it does affect them very much. So, it plays havoc with sleeping and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're just not used to it. That's what it is.
Well, and I'm grateful, and this is one of, the very few reasons that I'm grateful I'm doing homeschool, but we're on our own schedule, so I allow the kids to get up when they like, and then they can play until 4 o'clock, and then that's when we hop on our school, and we'll kick out about 3 or 4 hours, and then it's back to, dinner and other things, but so the kids don't have to get up early and go to school, so like Bill was saying, it didn't really affect us so much as it did other people that are going to school or going to work or have a regular sort of schedule going on. So we have a little bit of freedom and play in our schedule. So that was nice. But otherwise, yeah.
You know what my prayer is? I have a brother I want to meet for the first time. I want to eventually meet Bill. Other people that I'm close to. But these COVIDiots make it harder. They keep pushing it back.
COVIDiots, Chris, you get a golden star.
Good one.
And so people that act like morons affect my life. What do you think of that?
I'm still just impressed and blown away by that name you just came up with. I haven't heard that term before.
No, neither have I.
Yeah. Even though I got my shot, I was told I still can get pretty sick.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Because of my issues.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't cover every, different variation of this virus going around. And there are different variations.
Just keep me from dying, at least. That's why I took the shot.
Well, that's good. And,
well, that's the main thing. I mean, it's, there's lots of questions about, aspects of these different vaccinations. But, vaccinations, if you look back to the history, it did help mankind through terrible situations with other illnesses out there.
You still get a little bit of the infection, but it's not going to be like the end of the world if you got the shot, it would be.
Yeah, and I feel like where this one is different and scary than other vaccinations that we take, other vaccinations we take have gone through a certain process, and it takes time for them to perfect it and make sure it's okay for the majority. And this one, due to it being a pandemic and an emergency, has been pushed through pretty quickly. So we're still finding things out about it.
It'll get better and better, the vaccination process, the more we learn.
True.
Yep, but the thing is, this is my message to all. You act like an idiot and increase our virus percentage rates. We can't travel, we can't get our services or anything like that. So you're punishing everybody. Stay home, wear your mask. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say recently, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like it.
That's right. The stupid prize getting infected.
So I don't know about you guys, but I've been noticing there's been a lot of meteor activity lately, and Supposedly we got a really big one coming by that's going to stay in loop around our gravitational pull for several months. But it's pretty interesting. Have you guys seen any meteors or falling stars, or have you seen an upsweep in that?
Just what I heard in the news, but that's with space junk with SpaceX there from Elon Musk. Was seen over Puget Sound and parts
Really?
of southern British Columbia. Yeah, it was just debris from those rockets, I guess. And yeah, it was big news out here, and people were talking about it. Some people saw it, and some didn't. So it's just a matter of when you're there seeing it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the first I
Yep.
heard about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll send you an article about that. Yeah, it was big news out here. People were
Wow.
talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, I haven't noticed anything. It's just that
Yeah.
I just seen that the weather is
Yeah, it
kinda-
was a good light show for sure. Seeing it, so it's going to get people's attention, and they wonder what it is at first, and then when they find out what it really was, then yeah, it explains things for them.
Sandra up there in BC is saying landed on the island here close to where she's at.
That's right. Yep, she was probably right in the view of it very easily. Of course, I didn't see it where I was, but I just saw the news articles and the buzz on the internet. So
Yeah, she said
that
near
was
the Prospect
freaky,
Lake
you all.
area.
That
Huh?
lived in the. I bet that was pretty creepy. You all seeing that in the all of you guys that live in the Sound.
Or a little bit of excitement there.
Yep.
Yeah, all you folks and Nikki and everybody that live there got a treat. That's for sure.
Yeah, here in our area, it was this last month, and it was in Arizona. Doc Skinner, our Friday host, saw it, and Mia Savage, our Four Corners Paranormal Investigations medium, she saw it as well. And they were saying how bright it was, and it was lighting up the valleys and the trees and everything like that. And yeah, it's just cool when stuff like that happens. There's a lot of buzz and excitement, and people are sharing things back and forth.
Yeah, from what witnesses say, they say it was a good light show. So yeah, it definitely got people's excitement going.
Oh, that's good though. I mean, there's a lot of people that are experiencing a lot of different stuff, so it's kind of like it makes you wonder, like, all bad things are coming, and hopefully things will start getting better and somewhat back to normal. But we all have to really put in our 2 cents in, and we are the ones that make that difference. We're the ones that
We need to do our part.
That's right.
Yep. Like they say, like Michael says, look at the man in the mirror. So you are the mirror. So whatever you reflect out is what's going to be given. So just keep that
Well,
in
I'm
mind.
super excited about tonight's show because it's Palm Sunday, Passover, but it's also a full moon. And Bill, I saw you had posted something about like a worm moon or something like that. Is that the same moon that we have right now going on, or?
Yeah, that's what they call the worm moon. Every full moon of every big month has some significance and symbolism.
Wow.
I don't know a lot about it, so could you tell us a little bit about what they're saying?
I really don't know.
Yeah, me neither. All I know is things tend to go wacky when there's a full moon, and a lot of people try to debunk that, but people that are police officers and EMTs and other personnel like that really do notice an upsweep in activity as far as accidents and other crazy things going on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, I've worked during full moons, and even just before a full moon, things can get a little crazy there, and then right after as well. So you have that cycle where you could have it very quiet on the full moon, but the next night all hell breaks loose.
Indeed. I did post it in our chat room, but I'm going to say it on air in case we have listeners in other places that would like to call in to ask a question to the Ghost Box. The number is 970-335-9596. That's 970-335-9596. And while people are writing that down or whatnot, and if you need me to say it again or post it again, I will. But Bill, could you walk us through how the ghost box works, as well as ways that people can protect themselves during this, because people have had certain activities happen.
Yes, well, number one, you want to protect yourself and, envision the white light around you and so on, and, do a protective prayer. I strongly advise. And at the same time, just approach it with an open mind, listening. You might want to wear headphones and turn the volume up. That's recommended. And how the ghost box works, well, it's a continuous scanning radio that should never stop. And basically, it takes that broadcast radio, all the, DJ music, everything, and it remodulates to form speech through all that sound. It comes in, like when it's scanning, it's just all broken up there. So that's basically the theory I've kind of kept with the ghost box. And yeah, I mean, it's the aspects of the white noise too plays a factor as well. But I'm running it through an echo effects speaker, so it'll be a little easier to hear for one thing, as opposed to the raw audio by the radio itself. So yeah, it works pretty good, pretty well most of the time I've used the ghost box. So yeah, it's how you approach it, and the questions you use and so on, and your train of thought is important with it.
Definitely, if you have a good set of headphones or earbuds or something like that, strap those on, because it will help you pick up more than if you're just listening through a speaker or whatnot. But we do have a caller from area code 303. Who are we talking to?
This is Mooney. How you doing?
Hey, Moon. How's it going?
I'm doing okay. Just wanted to check in. I've been having a lot of noises and odd happenings at night, and when I'm trying to sleep, and I've had a hoot owl visiting outside my bedroom several nights, and I don't normally get owls out here, especially not outside my bedroom. And so I'm kind of wondering if there's been any kind of visitations
Okay.
for me, and okay.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah, okay. I could turn the ghost box on, and we'll just see what might be hanging around your place there, Moon.
Cool. I appreciate that, Bill.
Hello. I have Moon here. He's been having activity at his home. What kind of spirits are at his home? Who's been visiting him? Is it possibly a family member? Friend, maybe, from the past? Who's been visiting him? Think we could get a name from one of the spirits that's been visiting Moon's place? What's the names of the spirits around Moon's place? Can you tell us? He would really like to know. Is it friend or foe? many active spirits around Moon's home? How many spirits around there?
Together.
Can you tell us? More than 10? What's with the owl near his window there at nighttime? Is there a significance to that? There's some significance to that owl being so close to him? Is it a sign?
400 grand. Victor.
What kind of a message would you have? Moon would like a message now. I know you're laughing in the background. What message do you have for him?
Good. Especially now.
What else would you like to say? Would you have a message for him? Moon, would you have a message for Moon?
British Columbia.
Okay, well, we thank you for communicating. Goodbye. Okay.
Wow.
Excuse me.
That
was a lot.
I
there's a
know.
lot coming through.
That one, I heard support, Joe, I heard pendulum, I heard Ouija, and then I heard another name, but I heard it, but I wasn't sure. I want to say it was started with an R, but yeah, there was a few names that I got. So, so there's a lot of activity. I want to say that there is, even though it didn't say it, but I want to say there's a portal in your house, and it's kind of like, um, okay, that's weird. I got the word foe. It's not family. I want to say it's foe. There's something that should have been closed or something. There's a history behind where you live. Um, I don't know. It feels like if I was in your room right now, I would be scared to sleep because I would feel like there's people around the bed. That's what I'm seeing in my mind. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a wide open porthole in this house, and it's just not even a portal, just like it's just a wide path. I mean, it's just constantly, their spirits constantly going through this place. It's nonstop, and what I try to do is try to keep everything away from me when I'm sleeping, and when I had animals, my cats, I try to keep everything away from my cats. But this place is just so active, and there's so much going on. All I can do is try to protect myself and them, and but there's, I live near a river, and a main highway.
Okay,
so
is there a train by there? Is there a train?
There's a train right down at the other, just like 2 blocks away. There's a train track.
Okay, that's source of energy too, because of the what is that
so I
called?
got the river on the one side, the train tracks on the other side, and So,
Well, Janie said she heard, we can't speak to him. Yes. To, is it a family member, friend or foe? And it said friend. I got, hello, yeah, hey there, people, something. And then I heard a female say, me, when he was asking who was there. Familiar, yes, we're here. Friends, all of them. Changing, help. It's dark, especially when I was with him. First, stop, you sound bad, mad, real life, in support. It's friendly, it's deep. Stay there with him. Call mom. Together we pray. Is he stuck? Kitchen. People play. I think that's what they... It's bad. It has been shown. An abomination. Just like it. 400 men. Feel better. Bankrupt. Victor. The ultimate. That's why. Days. Maybe. Break. An update. What? Get up. Especially now. You've got a tiny... Somebody said, hey, Moon. Find her. Find her. A physical empath. Right here. Button up. Goodbye. And then somebody said, they are stuck. Sandra heard... Baseball, sleep, bring here, Tracy, I was, person, you've come back, supported, Liberty, together, he's stuck, little difficulty, mask, spirit, fox, 400 men, Vancouver, Victor, bookman, 6, bitch, good, actually now, honey, moon, find your, and please. Janie said about Al, it said spirit ghost, 400 men, and then she heard a female laugh. Indigo Sun Girl said, okay, so she's got a question. She's wondering, well, first of all, she says, hello, what kind of spirits are at his home? Good, who is in his home? Answer, someone who had moved in with you, someone from the past. Yes, name, T, stop by, I'm Heidi. Real life, friend or foe, really good friend. Steve, Sadie, how many spirits together? We're stuck. What's with the owl? Front or underground would be obligated. Victor pulling me. What message do you have? Front page good, especially now. You got scrawny. Have a message. Find yourself. British Columbia, and peace. I think that's what we all got. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Some of the stuff I heard, when they were talking about how many ghosts, I heard 88.
Wow.
Wow.
I heard many, and then I heard the number 88. And that's what was, I mean, some of the stuff that was coming up was scary to me. And I wanted to hear what other people heard, some of the stuff that they heard the same thing I did. But I was listening to it on the phone, so. But it sounded, some of the stuff sounded pretty freakish and scary to me.
Yeah, but
Do you know the history of your home by any chance?
I know the name of the people that owned it before, and the guy that lived here was quite a character. He was a pretty nasty guy. He was very racist and stuff, and he would go out and chase anybody that wasn't white away from they wouldn't let him walk. He wouldn't let them even walk across the sidewalk in front of the house. He'd go out and chase them with a hoe or shovel, whatever he could grab, and make them walk on the other side of the street or whatever. And he was that bad of a
generating a lot of
goes.
negativity in its own, impression, emotional buildup of negative energy.
And things weren't much better when we bought the house and lived here. My dad was a pretty bad person, and my mom would just, she was, born in West Virginia, and back, 1929 she was born, and And she, if you got hit or beat, punched in the face or whatever, oh, that's just the way things are. And, so she basically ignored everything. And there was a lot more going on. There was a lot of abuse there.
Very sad.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot. I don't. I think that other people see a lot. I think my brother and sister see a lot in the house. They have bad feelings about this place. I don't think they like being here. And I don't blame them.
Well, if you want to hold on there for just a second, you guys, we do have to go to our first musical break, but you guys can stay and talk if you'd like. On this break, we have Tracy Cruz from Oakland, California. She's going to be singing Joyful Rain, Flowers and Candy. We also have Michaelan Hay, who's from Ontario, Canada, with Pins and Needles and Mirror. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this musical break.
Tears of joy fall from the sky to me. Talking on pins and needles, every word through a microscope. You keep stomping down on the ground while I've been stuck on this tightrope. I just wanna say what I wanna say without your sentence. I'm not willing to do the time when I'm innocent, and I'm innocent. Talking on pins and needles. Talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. Walked on my share of thin ice with your blowtorch at my feet. You won't ever see me beg, so take this tongue off your leash. I'm gonna say what I wanna say, don't need permission. Interpret it how you want, it's my decision. Talking on pins and needles. Talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. Dancing on shattered glass, kicking the pieces all around. My safety has been broken, this is now a hunting ground. Talking on pins and needles. Talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, talking about, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, talking about, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, talking about, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up.
When I met you, my life changed. Your love rained all over me. It was blissful, so special, essential. Life poetry, true beauty. We created, we made it. Reality, pure affection with expression. A connection was meant to be. You make me feel so good inside, like therapy for my mind. You make me feel so good inside. It was like flowers and candy, understanding how you stand me
what's happening. I don't even know you anymore. Oh, yeah. Changes moving through every day. Yeah. And I don't even know what we're fighting for.
Our bright days turn to sleepless nights. Our loving ways have turned to endless fights, and we can't seem to compromise. We try so hard to make things right. Yesterday, we'll erase all can't be turned back. Hands on side. You are my life.
Now what is really happening? Yeah.
Changes are moving through everything. Changes. I will accept you for who you are, all your flaws and your scars. Because I love you too much to let you go. You help me grow. I will accept you for who you are, all your flaws. Because I love you too much to let you go. You help me grow. I will accept you for who you are, all your flaws and your scars. Because I love you too much to let you go.
Welcome back, and thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Kicked it off with talking about random things going on in the world today with us, and ended on a pretty amazing ghost box session there with Mr. Mooney himself. Very interesting. Bill, Chris, I know he's back in the chat, and I know he's still listening. If there's something that you wanted to say real quick to finish off with Mooney there.
What I was gonna say is the one that just called and we did that Bill that did that session with you. I would say get a physical medium to do a walkthrough and maybe do some physical healing on you. And maybe get like an investigation team if you can, hopefully, but keep it at a minimum, and hopefully do some clearing and stuff like that, and maybe even give a deliverance. And that's about it. I don't know what Bill has to say, but that's what I'm being
I
told,
would
so.
say much the same thing there, Chris. Definitely a clearing for sure. Get some people in that really know how to do proper clearing, and yeah, get some salt out and put them in the corners, and incense, frankincense and myrrh and stuff like that to, protect yourself from negative energies.
Yeah, for sure. And I know he was saying that he himself is a physical medium.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was saying like hugging and doing stuff like that was really good for him, but due to COVID and all these other things, he hasn't had that in his life. But seeking out a physical empath, which I don't know, never heard the term before. I heard it on the Ghost Box tonight, but somebody on the same kind of wavelength as him, maybe that could help, like you guys said, cleanse the house and tune things up and help him to attune back to what he was before. It is really hard because we are physical beings and we're missing that physicality that we've always had. But hopefully somebody like that can help.
Yeah, and hopefully he's listening, and just put some prayers too while you're at it. Maybe we'll put some prayers to find a physical medium, and to have somebody to put some energy, so maybe these miracle workers can come in and can do a spiritual cleansing on you and in the house. So
Yeah.
my prayers go with.
Well, before we get to our next caller, Janie did stay in the chat room. With a full moon, and when there is a new moon, do a prayer of protection, even outside facing your house under the moon. Your protection prayer must come from your heart. Use white light and encompass your entire house and the land around it. And she said that's just an idea. So we also have the chat room helping out there too. But we do have a caller that is on the line. We have area code 773. Who are we talking to?
Hello, 773.
You might be muted. Oh, we lost him.
Hello.
Okay, 773. Let's add him back in here. And we also had another person we lost. I don't want to add them both at the same time, but just in case this one doesn't answer.
Please leave your message for 773431.
Okay, weird.
Paranormal activity?
It's the Garcia effect. Just kidding.
You know what? I tend to do that. Thank you, everybody. No autographs, please. Thank you. No autographs.
No.
Please leave your message for
Oh, hold on.
38529666143.
Man, this computer, come on. They were just trying to call back in, and it would not pull up.
Wow.
Wow.
So you guys can talk amongst yourselves while I'm trying to troubleshoot over here till I get a producer. I'm kind of stuck with this stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get him back on.
It's a test. It's a Tessa effect, part 2.
Right?
Speaking of weird effects, Bill and Chris.
Oh, okay.
This Wednesday.
Yay!
Yeah.
773. Sorry, Chris, but we got him back. Who are we talking to?
Yeah.
This is Eva.
Hi, Eva.
Eva. Hello, Eva.
How are you guys?
Very good, thank you.
Doing fine. It's been busy for me, as you can tell. I was just doing earlier. I've been busy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been busy.
Yeah. I know. It's crazy.
Yes, nonstop for me. It's like always on the go. But so, how can we help you tonight with Bill?
Well, hold on, gosh, sit down. What do you call it? No, we're having some family issues with our uncle who lives in another state. There's a man that kind of stepped in to help take care of him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not honoring what they had talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to know, is this man really like with good intentions, or does he just want like everything,
I got
like
money. What?
all my uncle's belongings? Does he want to be an Indian in a box, basically?
I just got money when you said that. I
Like
got
the
money
Indian in the
hand.
cupboard, or what's an Indian in a box?
No. What I'm talking about, like you go to a store and you buy the stuff to become somebody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Like
I got
we have this feeling like he just wanted to acquire all of his belongings, his spiritual stuff and everything, just because, you know, he wanted to be like him,
Yeah, that's so
to possibly
creepy.
to do for money, you know.
That's why I got money. I'm telling you. I told
Yeah,
you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for the
that's why he wanted
revelation.
to be. Yeah, he wanted to become the, you know, like everything given to him like in a box, so he could be like an Indian now, like a healing man.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What I get with that is that he's doing it. I'm getting negative intent right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Negative intent.
You see, then we're right about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We're right about him and what his true intentions.
Interesting. I would say just to, oh my God, I'm seeing a lot of stuff in my head. He wants to do, like you said, he wants to be, he
Let's
wants to
see.
be, he wants to be in his shoes, is what I got.
Yeah, very weird.
But
Let's see what the ghost box says.
Okay.
See what the box says and see if it goes with everything we feel.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
It's insane.
Okay. I have Eva here. She's concerned about her uncle who lives in another state. The person who is looking after him. Has this person got good intent?
His name is Patrick.
Patrick. That's your uncle, right?
No, my uncle's name is Jack.
Jack. Okay. So is Eva's Uncle Jack the person who's been given the job of looking after him, Patrick? Does he have good intention? Is he in the best interest of looking after Uncle Jack? What do you know? Is Patrick a good man? Or does he have other intentions? Does he see money signs in Ida's uncle, Jack, looking after him? What do you know? Can you tell us?
Go for you.
Can you tell us there, please? Is Uncle Jack being taken advantage of by Patrick? What do you know about it? Can you help us, please? Ida wants to know. Does Patrick have good intentions looking after Uncle Jack? Must have. In what way? Does Patrick have good intentions to look after the well-being of Uncle Jack? Can you tell us, please? Do you know? Okay. Well, we thank you for communicating. Bye. Okay, I'm not too
Oh,
sure
thank
what's
you.
exactly being said there, but yeah,
I got a
it's
lot.
yeah, I don't know. At my end, everything kind of went well, I'd say for a better term, blurry with my hearing. So yeah, I definitely felt some kind of energy being drawn from the ghost box on that one.
And it was weird how it was so quiet at first. Usually it's not like that, so I was like, okay, what's about to happen?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well,
How about you, Chris? What kind of psychic impression did you get from the session and what Ida's talked about with Patrick, this individual looking after Uncle Jack?
I got that he was for negative intent. There was the words that he said. It did. The spirit box did confirm what we did say, that it was money, because I heard money.
yeah, right away.
I just really want to say that he's just there to gain stuff from him, and then that's about it. That's
Yeah,
why I
so
just did. You know what? I got the spirit box was kind of acting kind of funky, which has never happened.
Yeah, it was
So
so
there's a lot
different.
of
yeah,
it just didn't feel right. So with that being stuff, it's just like something was trying to block the message. But I think, Eva, that you should get your point across, because I do feel that with what you feel, I do feel like y'all got validation on everything, because the spirit box, even though it did say some things that didn't make sense to Bill, but that just confirms that it didn't want you to know.
Yeah.
So,
Sandra was
so.
saying she heard, dead man, you're funny, you okay, fixed bondage, telepathy, he'll freeze you, careful, 80. We're just not good, must have, Trevor, finished, born again, and shut up. Janie said, Janet, so freaky, shit, Bill, can you help us? Maybe. Trouble, shut up, I have the same issue as you, Bill, laugh out loud. I think that was her typing. She said, I only repeat words that seem important. We still need to talk about spirit box sessions when you have time. I got, he wants, deals with money, it's oppressive, it feels ill, gel, untrue, it's bitter, it's not the best, unfounded, sell it to me, he's up to no good, passenger, it's down, 10, Jack, this way, weird, feel free, scared, him, good, forgery, a menagerie, and I don't think I spelled it right, real, free, the light, dark, too drunk, stop, heathen, they're gone, and I couldn't tell if it said 4 years or 40 years, but I was pinning down 4. He don't know,
4
he's
years.
drunk, yeah, He don't know. He's drunk. It's blackout. What the fuck? No, don't. Must have. Lead him away. It's at the foot. Burial. It's Jack. Profit off of him. Yes. Lost marbles. Bit. What? Driver. Buzz. Dirt. Ashes. We all. Servant. To Jack.
Oh my God.
To Jack. Dirty. Very limited. Free Jack.
Well,
I got Jack a lot.
yeah. Well, this guy popped up coming. He met my uncle, but he didn't really start coming around until about 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he started coming around about 4 years ago, and until 3 years ago, he really started when one of my uncles stopped being his firekeeper. So 3 years ago, he actually stepped in to be firekeeper, but it was 4 years when he came into the picture. And, there's a whole bunch of lies that we're figuring out, as we talk to this man. And my sister, we made a trip up to go see him, before this man kind of tricked us into getting him into a nursing home.
Oh, jeez.
Because we wanted to take care of him in his house like he wanted. And that was what we were all supposed to do. And basically, because, this guy Patrick, his wife, didn't want him to take care of him anymore. Was like, well, we need to get him in a place where 24/7 until we can figure out who's going to be here. And then it turned around. Oh, nope, he's going to stay there because we're, just screw everybody,
Indigo
And
Sun
then,
Girl, she's saying if you guys don't have his papers in order or whatnot yet, do it now while he still has the faculties. Because from what I was getting from the ghost box, this guy's been up to no good. He's trying, putting a person in a nursing home is so hard on them, especially when they want to be home. But he could be doing that so other people are taking care of him, and he can come in and do whatnot with the paperwork. And I also got forgery. I don't know if he's practicing that or what, but I feel like
yes, there's forgery. He put himself down as my uncle's brother on the papers, and he's not his brother. And then the owner of the property, they listed her as his sister, and she is not his sister. So they did that so that they can take everything.
Wow.
And we threw a huge monkey wrench because we're like, nope, you're not his sister, and you're not his brother. This is forgery. You guys lied. And towards the end, you picked up the light, and you picked up This Is Jack.
Okay, that was weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he actually, my sister just was coming back from there, and they had his son actually, two of his sons came, and my cousin Sue came. They were from Wisconsin, by the Green Bay, Wisconsin, and then our cousin Sue drove all the way from New Orleans.
Oh wow!
And my sister, we're from Chicago, so they all drove to Iowa, and on her way back tonight, he crossed over.
Oh my goodness! That is so crazy.
Yeah, so that's why when you said that, the light, and this is Jack,
Yeah, it said,
Wow.
it's at the foot, burial, it's Jack. Yes.
Yeah.
Lost marbles, bit,
and there's an
what,
issue with
driver
his ashes.
buzz,
Yeah, he does.
dirt, ashes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Free Jack. Jack's free.
And so there's an issue with his ashes. He's free.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have goosebumps so bad right now. I'm gonna have to shave tomorrow. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy.
That's why I hung up on the line.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Holy shnikes.
Yes, I'm definitely sorry for your loss there. But
Yeah.
this is a really intricate situation with this other fella there. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
basically committed forgery, and, depending on the state or whatever, yeah, he could actually be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and they know it too.
Yeah.
they
Well, at least you
know
guys are on
that
top
they're in
of
a lot
it.
of trouble, and the nursing
Yeah.
home is as well because they violated his human rights.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
oh my
exactly.
gosh.
Yeah.
So bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, I'm just sitting outside and just, like when I go in and talk to my sister, because she got the news as soon as she got home from
my
driving
goodness.
from over there.
Wow. Well,
And
I
what's even more auspicious about it is tonight's the full moon. So he crossed over under a full moon.
Well, I know it's hard for us, being
Yeah.
humans and having that experience. But for him, like he's free, he's happy, and especially you guys
he's
being
free,
on
he's out of pain.
Yeah, and you guys are on top of this. You're
Yeah.
not finding out later on that these people were pulling this crap. You guys know. So yeah, hopefully it all works out. I think it will because people are onto
And it
them.
gets even weirder. It gets even weirder.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, and
I
it
want to
gets
hear it.
even weirder. Because... Hello?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
hear it.
Hello?
Yeah,
Can you hear
please
us?
say. Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, it gets even weirder about this guy, Patrick.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Okay. It gets even weirder because it's like he wants to spread his ashes around this property, and it's like he wants to use his energy to do like some type of healings. Like if he thinks he's going to take over doing a native sweat lodge,
This Patrick dude.
and he wanted his pipe and all kinds of stuff. And
Oh my god.
yeah, and it's like, it's like he's trying to like use his energy and his, have his body on the property. And there's just really weird, and what he don't realize is he's bringing bad medicine to himself and his family,
Oh yeah, definitely.
And going back to what Sandra said,
Interesting.
and she just brought it up
Yeah.
again. Dead man, you're funny. You okay? Fixed bondage, telepathy. How old was Jack?
69.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So interesting,
Interesting.
and freaking mind blowing. You could write a
and then
book.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, and I find it kind of weird too that they said they went to New Orleans, and I find that kind of weird too. That stands out a lot, So they
Yeah.
had it coming. They had it all planned out. Like they said, okay, we're gonna go to New Orleans and take care of it. So yeah. But
Indigo
our
Girl
prayers
is
are with
saying
you.
no, he wants to use the home for other activity. Where's the will? I wonder, are you talking about Jack or are you talking about Patrick? Indigo, let us know in the chat because I'm trying to figure that out.
Interesting.
So the issue with the ashes, is there a hold because Patrick's trying to get them and the family's trying to get them? Or did he pull one like my dad and
Well,
get
he
us
thought
in the
he
mail
was
for a
gonna
little
get-
bit?
He thought he was going to get all of the ashes to spread around the property.
Jeez.
And my sister told him, that he had other plans prior to places he wanted, a place he wanted to have his ashes spread. And it was her job to make sure that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, but I had plans on spreading his ashes
He has
here.
no right. He has no right.
And he has
No.
no right, exactly. He has no right at all.
No, that's up to
Over-
the family. to decide.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not him.
So my sister said, well, maybe I'll give you a little bit, to spread. But,
Yeah.
and and if his sons want a little bit of his ashes to keep, they can keep it, And then, but the majority is going to be spread at the place where he originally wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so basically, but yeah, there was an issue. There's an issue over that, and that's why, like, now we're going to have to fly back over there and it's like a 5.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
To, get there before he does anything.
Well, I feel like Jack is a very strong spiritual individual. His needs are going to be met, and especially now that he can, do more on the other side. I think everything's going to work out the way it should. I don't know, the whole time factor is just so hard because it's different for us and them. But I think it will work out. And it's cool that even though this guy's been pulling this stuff, you're still willing to give him some of the ashes because they were friends and whatnot. But still, that's awesome that you guys are doing that.
It's like the dude, he did do a lot for my uncle, and he did do, and the guy got something that he wanted. He found it at the house, but we wanted to make sure that his kids had, something if they wanted it. Like if they have to have the choice. We wanted to make sure that his sons knew and were aware, and if they wanted anything, that they could have it.
Yeah. We have people in here wondering about, so 69 seems like a very young age. So they're wondering, is there going to be an autopsy? I think that's important because anybody can sneak in and pull some shenanigans if they wanted to. Several people asking about the will. Is there a will? Is there a will? Rosie.
No will.
Oh my gosh. Rosie just popped in. And it's so weird. Like when people are in a medical facility, usually they'll do a what is this will called? I can't remember. It's like a really quick will that people can fill out really quick and whatnot. And generally that's covered, but this is so strange. So Rosie's wondering, with the ashes, I feel he might be trying to still his power through his spirit. Please don't allow him any of the ashes. That will allow the stilling of Jack's spirit.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. I put you guys on speaker so that my sister can hear. So she just got that right now.
Yep. But that is crazy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and like I said, I'm just sorry to hear about that. But at least he's in peace now, so don't. But just still, I would say do an autopsy and see what you can come up with.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tell her that too, because they were definitely like over medicating him.
Jeez. Yeah, and it kept saying drunk. I'm drunk. Blackout.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kept over medicating him because they just didn't want to deal with him getting up and walking around, and they wanted to keep him asleep, and they didn't want him talking to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
And my sister actually had to tell them, hey, we're here. Don't give him any medicine while we're here because we're trying to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff makes him unable to talk to anybody.
Yeah, so he's
like,
not coherent.
Yeah. And they were like, I guess we can hold off.
And the cool thing about this is if you go back to Spreaker, I'm not saying the situation, but what we've heard, each of us, and what we've recorded, because in the chat we do type this down, and I forgot to mention it before, but type down what you hear in the chat room, and we compare notes and see what everybody heard. So you and your sister can go back and read what we each got in the chat room on Spreaker. So that's awesome that we have that record of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely will show her because she's going to be definitely.
My mind is so blown.
Yeah, literally, you guys are like insanely, like, my mind is blown.
Right?
On point.
My head blew up. Be back in 5 minutes. Yeah. Just kidding. Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Like, I'm kind of torn my feelings right now.
Yeah, we've been dealing with this now for about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's why I haven't been on as much, and I haven't been, because, we've been running around like chickens with our heads cut off and dealing with dad over there, and then talking with his kids and talking with family and just like all over the place.
I just had an idea. Okay, so people have been saying don't give him the ashes. He could do something else with it. And Janie just said instead of ashes, give him something of Jack's, like a watch or something else Jack had that the family feels okay about giving. Another thing you could do, since he wants it in a certain area and it's not left to him, one of the family members can go over and spread it in whatever area and do some sort of ceremony for him instead of Patrick having the power over that. So that's another way that you could allow him to go and visit Jack in his own place and own whatever, but he doesn't have really the hands-on whole thing with ashes. You know where they're going, you know what's being done with them, and there's not going to be any sort of perversion or anything going on with some spiritual rites sort of thing.
Yeah, I was just going to give him some ashes from my fire pit.
Right? Here you go.
My sister, seriously.
We won't tell nobody. We won't tell nobody. It's our little secret.
Right? That's what I was going to tell my sister. We'll just get some, fire pit ashes, and that'll be all good. And we'll just say, here.
Peace be with you.
And let him think that. But he got a special blanket. He got a Navajo blanket that he wanted.
Aww.
And
awesome.
he got, I'm sure he took his guns from his house.
What?
And he took some other stuff. Yeah, he took a lot of things, and he just thought he had rights to everything.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosie was also wondering if there is someone you trust to do a ceremony to block that fella from doing ill of stealing Jack's medicine. Generally, they cut that right off. Like, they'll take the medicine, whether, the person was on the deathbed and you're administering morphine, whatever. They have to have a record of it, and they take it and they dispose of it. But yeah, I guess maybe contact where he generally got his medicine filled and make sure they don't do any refills. Let them know that he's passed and nobody should be doing that. It's a good thought.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, me neither.
Just be careful. Just be careful and just keep us updated.
Yeah, I will.
Jack
I'll
Strong.
let you guys go now.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, and I'm glad we got back a hold of you. I felt so bad that we lost you, and I was like, man, I gotta get her back. I'm so glad we did.
And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I called back, and I'm glad I answered. Because it did give us a lot of clarity, and it did give us, what we were feeling. It verified in everything that we were feeling about him.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But love and light to you guys, and healing thoughts and prayers, and we're sending you positive energy, and I just feel like it's going to work out. Jack's is strong spiritually. Like, he's a strong dude. He's going to make sure this all works out. May take a little time, but it's going to work out the way it needs to. You guys got it.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Have a lovely night.
Yep.
Take
care.
All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Uncle Jack. I'm going to call him Uncle Jack. Like, I don't know how she's related, but I'm going to call him Uncle Jack. Poor fella.
It was a very powerful session. This is, for me at my end, it just, my senses kind of just went sort of numb there. That's the only way I could describe. So luckily you guys heard it at your end. So
yeah, we all experienced it. It was so weird. Like, that was the weirdest ghost box session I've ever been a part of. I can't believe he passed away today. We didn't even know that, and maybe that's what that was. It was kind of like you said, numbing. It's kind of like a haze. It was really quiet at first, and then different things started coming through. It was so weird. Kind of like, I don't know, equilibrium was off.
Yeah, something like that. It was just, it made me feel very unusual. That's the only way I can describe it. And then, of course, I wasn't able to hear exactly everything that's being said, and, all those aspects too. So luckily, you guys and the listeners were able to hear it. So
that was weird too, because
was
I
amazing.
felt that the spirit box gave like the silence. You know how like when you do the prayer of silence,
The moment
that's
of
the first thing
silence. Yeah, that's what it did at first. And I'm like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
This has never happened before.
Yeah, they're usually very talkative.
Oh my goodness.
That is, that,
Yeah.
that is just that is weird though when you really sit there and think about it because
Hmm.
don't think they would do that kind of stuff. But as we're doing, when we go before the damn COVID, we would be able to do that at the funeral home and say have a moment of silence. So I guess on the other side they do the same thing right before they cross. That's the only thing I could come up with.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, it like I say, it was a very unusual session for me at my end and so on.
For me, I'll never forget that session. Ever.
That was just so weird, but that was good though. We helped able to help them, and
Yeah, at
it
least
was
we got information that came through that, I mean, it coincided with Edie and her family and so on. So, yeah,
Was
it's
it
just
Edie?
amazing. Is that the name, Edie?
I thought it was Eva. I'm going to feel really bad
Eva.
if I called her the wrong name. But
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names, it would not surprise me if I did.
Well, I'm sure she would understand, but at the same time, it was a very powerful session, and yeah, there was a lot of correlation going on there.
Evie?
that was
Is
just
that what you
great.
said, Christopher?
Yeah, it seemed to be Edie.
Edie? I don't
That's
know.
what I understood at the beginning. So,
I'm telling you, tonight was been just crazy, and it's a moon, so
yeah,
Oh, I can't wait to
Oh,
try
I keep
this
forgetting
out
that.
after break.
yeah, definitely.
I want to try this out after break because of the full moon.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you gonna go streaking or what, Christopher? What are you talking about?
Ah, I have not asked my question yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
oh,
Indigo
It's
Sun
getting
Girl said
close
it
to
was
break to
Eva.
ask.
Indigo said it was
Eva.
Eva. Okay, we're gonna have a vote.
Eva.
Everybody, tell us what you heard. And it's so crazy because everybody can have the same experience, but it's so different for everyone.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
know it.
It's crazy.
Rosie said, you can steal a person's power or make one sick even by using their hair. And we talked about that last night on the show. And growing up in the Four Corners area of Colorado, I was always sure to check myself for loose hairs, and I shed a lot. But somebody can come up behind you, grab your hair, and use that for ill intent. But she
Well,
said
yeah, that's basically, yeah.
yeah,
Well,
she
put a spell on you.
or curse you, whatnot. She said their fingernails also, so many ways. People do this in the sweat lodges or their homes. It needs to be very careful of another with any other's possessions, but the hair and nails hold the person's energy.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
Well, it's kind of like spiritual warfare there going on.
Yeah, and she said Navajo blanket, so I wonder if he's Navajo. Those are my I hate to be partial, and I am Irish Cherokee, but I have to say that Navajos are my favorite indigenous peoples. I love the Navajo. They're awesome. But yeah, are you friends with her, Chris, or what? Like, I just want to catch up with her and ask her more
Yes.
questions because my mind's blown
Yeah.
and I just need to know more.
Ugh.
Yeah, she's my friend. Yes, she does know me, so I can
think she
probably connect with you. Yeah, I'll connect you to her later if you want.
Man. Yeah. Just all the feelings, spiritual, whatnot, off that. Wow. That is just a different sort of thing going on there as far as... Do you feel different now? Because I don't know. I feel kind of hyped up and... I don't know. Everything's going to be okay.
Yep, it's just weird when you figure out all this stuff and you're just like, wow.
Kind of
It
reminds me
doesn't
of
get
going on a paranormal investigation and stuff. You get tired when you're out there, but once you get home, it takes you at least 2 to 3 hours to come down from that whole effect.
Yeah,
Man.
I get that too sometimes. Decompress, we call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
We have about 2 minutes before we go back. So, any last thoughts before the musical break? All I can say is, holy shnikes.
No.
It's just a full moon, so strangeness will happen.
Yep.
Indeed.
It's like quiet before something happens, what it feels like.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we did
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and we did have that. That was insane. That quiet, like still, like everything. Once you put it together, that was so different. Very, very special. I'm glad I was there for that. Gotta say.
I was gonna ask you, Tess. My friend Eva said in a different chat, what is the name of that app that she can hear the messages? Can you send it through Messenger so I can send it? And
Oh, where she could. Okay, so what? If she doesn't know how to get into the chat, have you been in there, Chris?
No, I haven't.
Because it's in there, but I can go back and take some snapshots because I know how to get in there. So I'll just, instead of making her do that, I'll just take snapshots, or we could get her in there, and so then she can be there from now on if she wants.
Yeah, because she wanted to know the name. I guess she wanted to know the website to how to get to speaker.com, or how does that work? That's why she was asking.
How about I give you guys the link?
Yeah, can you send me the link, Christopher, and send it to me for tonight's show, and then I'll send it through to that chat room.
Yeah, and to get into chat, it's like really easy. You just set up a really quick thing to get into the chat, and she can see everything in there. She can scroll back, and yeah, there was a lot. And even Sandra, like, at first when you read these things or you type them out, it doesn't really make sense, and then the person comes back and tells you the full story, and then it's just like I said before, mind blown. It's all over but the crying right now. It was just insane what came through and what
and also, I'm going to give you directions how to get into your chat permanently. There's a permanent way to do it as well.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mighty Man, Christopher Wayne Fisher. On that note, we are going to go to our first musical break. On this break, we have Michaelan Hay with Mirror, Tracy Cruz with Electricity, Michaelan Hay with Devil You Know, Tracy Cruz with Emotional Love. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this musical break.
Spiraling out of control, was touch and go, went a little far. You taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep my shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. Try to erase the ink that's left upon my chest. I'll attest, I don't really wanna forget to forget. You taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep my shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer
empowers me. It gives me the energy to move beyond my capabilities. There is no limit to what your love can do.
I feel chemistry whenever you're close to me, and I cannot explain your energy, 'cause you're pulling me like gravity. It feels so strong, I cannot escape your electricity. This rush keeps flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. I will never be the same. I will never be the same. This rush keeps flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. I will never be the same. I will never be the same. Physical attraction holds us like a magnet, and I cling to you like static, and I can't let go. Your love is so dynamic, makes me a fanatic, got me feeling ecstatic. Ooh, hold on to this rush flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. I will never be the same. I will never be the same. This rush keeps flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. I will never be the same. I will never be the same. This rush keeps flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. I will never be the same. Straight right through your heart. This rush flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. I will never be the same. I will never be the same. Be the same. You know what you've done to me. I'm feeling so excited, feeling strong, and I can't fight it. Oh, do you know what you've done to me? Got me feeling so inspired, set my heart and soul on fire. Let's create a love that's strong. Let's make life a happy song. Let's bring joy to everything. Let's enjoy what life brings. Let's create a love that's so strong. Let's make life a happy song. Let's bring joy to everything. Let's enjoy what life brings. This rush keeps flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. I will never be the same. Ooh, this rush keeps flowing through to my veins. This feeling's insane, and I can't explain. Ooh, I will never be the same.
Your voice is recorded,
No, 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 no.
and I'm the microphone. I receive what you say to me.
I will never find someone else like you. You make me feel so good in your love, lights up my heart like electricity, electricity. I will never find someone confused in the past. It's been put down, it's been shattered, and then I'm left without any clue to know the real truth about what I found. But with you I found my common ground. Your love makes me emotional, 'cause you're the one that makes me feel emotional. You make me feel that love is real, 'cause you're the one that makes me feel emotional. Ever since I was young, my mom said love makes you strong when everything goes wrong and you can't go on. I believe the love you have for me surpassed infinity. That's why you're all I see. Your love makes me emotional, 'cause you're the one that makes me feel so emotional. 'Cause you're the one that makes me feel. Your love makes me emotional. Your love, 'cause you're the one that makes me feel so emotional. Love is real, 'cause you're the one that makes me feel. What you have is magical. We feel so emotional. You move me so I can't let go. I can't let go. You touch my soul, I can't let go. I can't let go. 'Cause what we have is magical. Your love's emotional. Your love makes me emotional. 'Cause you're the one that makes me feel emotional. Can't you see you do something to me? Oh, I can't let go. You make me feel, your love's emotional, so emotional, so emotional. It feels so real to me. It feels so real to me. It feels so real to me. You're the one that makes me feel. It feels so real, yeah. Makes me feel, yeah. Emotional.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we have Mr. Bill Hauser featuring psychic Chris Garcia. And yeah, we're still getting over the last session. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I did Sage because we had some crazy stuff happen right after that. But welcome back, you guys, and thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. And thank you so much, Bill, for doing the ghost box with us. It's been amazing.
Well, you're very welcome. It's been a very exciting night, shall I say.
Yeah.
Indeed you shall. Oh my goodness. I'm still reeling.
looking
That's the only
forward
way I
to-
can put it. I'm reeling. And I saged in my office. It was weird. Okay, so after we had this session, all of a sudden we heard a male voice. It sounded like he was at the end of a hallway and he was screaming something. To me, it sounded like you. And it felt like he was running towards me. But yeah, grab some sage. Saging. Chris heard it. Christopher, did you hear it too? I know Bill
Yeah,
cut out right after
that's
that. His
why
Skype kicked him out.
That's
Yeah.
why I had that question about my session coming up.
Bill, what
But
were
I'm
you going to
ready
say?
for it. I'm ready.
Okay.
Well, Bill, what were you going to say? Did you hear that voice, or you cut out and you didn't get to...
No, I just came back probably just a little after it happened, and sat down at my computer, and I was going to, because I had muted my mic, and everything shut down for Skype. Basically, like something physically touched my computer and shut it down, and then I had to get it back. I had to contact you guys.
Wow. Yeah, and I didn't
Yep.
realize you were gone until you called back. I was like, oh my God, I guess we lost Bill. And we were discussing this, Chris Garcia. What did you hear?
It was just saying like, you are. Or yeah, but it sounded like,
You all.
something.
Ooh.
Something. It just said, I don't know, it was weird.
He sounded
Did I
angry.
It sounded like an echo too, like you could hear an echo in the background.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
why I
like,
was saying
okay.
it sounded like he was in an empty, long, like, I don't know, like hospital concrete sort of hallway. It had that empty sort of echo thing going on. That's why I said long, empty hallway. Like, it was weird.
Yeah, that's the first time that's ever happened, and it was right after you did that session. That's why I was like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's right. And right after that, Bill's computer bombed.
Well, it's just the Skype. The computer still was turned on. I didn't have to restart it or anything, or get
Oh,
that.
you're very lucky. 'Cause
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
as you
just
know-
basically Skype shut down, and I had to call Tessa there.
You're lucky because, as you know, with my ancestors as powers they are, I had times when my computer died and rebooted.
Yeah, well, obviously something got stirred up enough that they weren't too happy. So,
Well, I know, Chris,
Yeah,
that you wanted to ask a question to the Ghost Box, but we also have people that ask in the chat room, and we did have Sleepy Dave come through and say that he had a question about one of his friends that he lost very unexpectedly. I know it's hard, especially when it's like suicide or you lose somebody so quickly when you really don't have time to prepare. And no matter how much time you have to prepare, it generally doesn't work out the way you expect. But he was wondering, Bill, if he would like to know about Ridge Wiseman. Ridge, where are you and what are you doing? And Ridge is spelled Ridge, Wiseman, as
okay,
it sounds.
Wiseman. Okay, we'll turn it on.
Yo.
Hello. I have Sleepy Dave here that can listen in on us. He wants to know about his friend, Ridge Wiseman. What's happening with Ridge Wiseman there? Is he doing okay on his side now? Ridge Wiseman, do you have a message for your friend Dave? What would you like to tell him? What message? Hello. What message do you have there, Ridge? Your friend Dave wants to hear a message from you. Are you doing okay on your side? You truly at peace? Are you truly at peace there, Ridge? You have something you want to tell Dave? Your friend Sleepy Dave? Ridge?
Oh, excuse me.
What would you like to tell Dave there, Ridge? You have a message for him?
Window.
Are you truly doing well now on your side?
3.
Are you at peace? What's it like over there? Ridge, can you tell us?
Isabel.
Isabel. Huh. Ridge, what would you like to say to your friend Dave there? Ridge Wiseman, what would you like to say to your friend? Anything in particular you got to tell Dave there, Ridge? Okay, well, we thank you for communicating. Goodbye. Okay.
That was interesting.
Wow.
What did you guys get?
Yeah, it's had a totally different feel from our last session.
For sure.
Yeah.
This one has a much better energy.
I didn't get
that
any
was
bad energy
weird.
off that one. It was after that session that I had bad energy, but yeah, it's interesting. Totally different, but I did get a lot of stuff.
This one felt better.
Yeah, that was just weird. I was like, what the hell? That shit's weird. No joke.
Okay, so Sleepy,
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
see that
sure
he
if
just
his
came back
friend
in.
came through, so...
Yeah, it's funny because first thing that came through was, yo! I got, here, let me scroll back because other things are coming through. Yo, never swimming, or I went swimming. What? Don't. I'm okay. Never mind. And then it was like, dubba 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 dubba. That, why it might have been selfish. He's one. Hello. It's vacant. I don't know. Yeah, yes, I'm all good. Painted one on. I'm erect. I wish I had children. Don't stop. You better want. Excuse me. It's happening. Then I got jihad. Like, where the heck did that come from? Jason, look, and then it was like, pray. Like a long, pray. Don't give up. She's a good girl. A treat. We will meet up. Don't you worry. It's taxing, but it's worth it. Don't yell. Stay relevant. Visible. Dave, you'll be home. It's like the sands. Dave, you finish. It's wonderful. You, nothing. Stay on plan. Just see or you'll see. Back when you were missing. Connect. Don't be that. Look at me. I'm on the island in Turtle Bay. Is there a Turtle Bay? Is there such a thing as that? Like, I don't know.
Turtle Bay.
Turtle Bay.
Yeah, where's that?
Hmm.
Janie
Yeah.
got. Is he doing
Interesting.
okay on his side now? No, Wiseman, Pat, thank you, Magic, Bingo, Tinkerbell. That will be all. Love you and wake up. Sandra got, yo! That was funny. Somebody, Wiseman, outpatient. Hey, did you feel? Thank you. You bet. You look. A treat. Tapped Isabel. Next, he'll be on now. Over this, wake up, and Adam. Indigo Sungirl said, the bottom line that I got was, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. That's a good one. She also said,
Interesting.
Rich Wiseman, Bill, that's when you said that, and he said, hello, what's happening with Ridge? Okay, on the other side, he kicked it. Message for Dave, out, Wiseman, peace, long. Are you doing okay on your side? Excellent. Hey, Rick. Woman's voice, hi, honey, have you got something to say to Dave? Dave, Davy, treat, turn down, what's it like over there, Ridge? Calm, creek, come down, Isabel. What would you like to say to your friend Dave? That'd be all. First cousin, up, busted, back will, don't do that, wake up, dirty, I got it, and tailpipe. Hold on 1 second. Where the heck did that go? Turtle Bay is in Hawaii. No? In New York? I don't know.
There's 5 turtle bays in the United States. U.S. Virgin Islands.
Oh, seriously?
Hawaii, Michigan, Ohio, and New York.
So there's a few of them around.
Yeah, it said an island. I'm on the island, Turtle Bay.
The only island with that name is Turtle Island in Ohio.
Ohio?
Ohio.
Yes.
Okay. Like, yeah, okay. That's. Yeah, I've not heard that before, so yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I looked it up while you guys were talking because nobody knew where it was at. I went and looked it up.
Wonder if there's a connection there in some way.
Well, here it says, how to adventure on Oahu's north shore at Turtle Bay. The island of Oahu isn't known. So, I think it's Hawaii, Chris, because I don't know anybody who in their afterlife wants to go to an island in Ohio near Turtle Bay. So, I'm thinking Hawaii
there's several
here.
locations.
Australia? Man, that's interesting. But yeah, mostly I'm getting Hawaii.
Yeah, so that shows up. So yeah, that's definitely like a resort area.
I think he had a lot of good stuff
Ohio
to say.
is just a nature preserve. It's a park.
Yeah.
That's just
It's
crazy.
interesting. All the turtle
Pardon me.
bays and stuff in the United States are all nature preserves or resorts. Is that weird?
Pretty
That is
cool.
just
Yeah.
strange.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of implies sort of ecosystem by, naming a place after a sea creature, turtle.
Yes.
Wow. And just an interesting night. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, it's just random.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, tonight's been a very interesting night. Definitely some strange things going on there with the full moon and everything and doing the ghost box session. So, yeah, it's quite amazing.
Yeah, it is strange.
And then it's just the energy is very high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying, like,
Yeah,
generally,
with the other callers like Edie. Yeah, it was amazing.
Eva. Even the person in the chat room
Eva.
said so.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
just kidding.
I got,
But
yeah,
yeah, it has
yeah.
been, like, all of our
For some reason
shows.
now it's sort of on my mind, but
Edie. Maybe she'll come through. I don't know. It's interesting, like I was saying, how different people hear different things, but they did say in the chat it was Eva. But I don't know. Maybe she's got somebody related that's an Edie. It sounds so familiar, like it should be here. But
Yeah.
wow. I'm just so blown away.
well, certainly getting a message like Turtle Bay. That's interesting because I
Please
can
leave your message for 38529666143.
See, and I even pressed on this button here to hang up on it, and it's not working. And then it did. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, Turtle Bay, an island, Turtle Bay, like so many different things happening, and then that weird echo. Is Bill gone again? What the crack?
And it said that you kicked Bill off the call.
No, I did the 385, and that's not Bill. Holy
So
shnikes.
basically, Skype decided to take a mind of its own.
Twice it's kicked Bill out, and it's saying I did it. I didn't do it. I kicked out 385 because I was trying not to have their number on air, but that didn't happen soon enough. So freaking weird. I don't know, fellas.
So you wouldn't keep it, would not make it redial and redial. So you won't pester them if they didn't want to call back, right?
Well, yeah, and everybody in the world needs this person's phone number, right? I was adding him, and now he's trying to call in, and you hear this tapping. Right. This is me tapping on the join arrow, and it's not doing anything. There we go. I think I got it.
Yeah, why did Bill disappear from a list? That was weird.
I just got back. I tried calling you, but nothing was happening, so that was weird.
Skype tossed you out.
Yeah, and I was calling you, and then you were calling back, and then you called back, and I was sitting there, if you listen back to the show, tapping, trying to get it to let you join. It's like, holy shnikes.
And I was trying to add you back, too. It wouldn't let me.
Oh, my goodness.
I was gonna say, Bill, welcome to this effect. That happens every time I'm on, every month with Tessa. So welcome to my club now. You know what it likes to be kicked off and can't hear.
Yeah, the Garcia effect.
Okay.
That's never happened to you, Bill. It only happens to me, dude. Are you trying to do like a Chris, and we're saying, damn, I can't hear Bill. Tessa, can you hear Bill? I can't hear him. No, I can't hear him.
I think tonight, with everything considering, I think, it's just one of those strange nights.
And I think Chris has a question for the Ghost Box.
Effect tonight.
The Bill effect. Yeah, I think it's kind of like a triangle.
Yep, I do.
But then Chris jumped in, so it made it a square. So we're kind of like triangle square people right now. All right, go ahead, Chris.
All right, let's try this.
Oh, God.
Okay, firstly, I had a hoot owl on Wednesday on the very last twinkle light before it was completely dark. The very last bird call of the day, before it went to night. That's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I learned about being a descendant of the Savoys. Now, since I've pretty much completed my journey, what does my family have to think? And I wonder if I get to go visit in this life.
I don't know. We're just gonna have to be careful and make sure that when we do the spirit box section, it does not do.
Yeah, Sage, we should be good. Has to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Sage here if it gets too rammy.
Okay, so I'm going to do a session for you, Christopher.
Yes.
Okay.
It's insane.
I have Christopher here, Christopher Fisher. Does any of his relatives have a message for him?
Fingernail.
Do you have a message for Christopher?
That was weird. Am I hearing that? That was weird.
Any of the ancestors there of Christopher would like to say something? Any of his relatives from the past, from Monaco?
Oh, Christopher.
What would you like to tell Christopher? Is he on the right path in life? Anything in particular you got to tell Christopher? You would like a message from you?
Why do you think?
You have a message for him? Christopher would really like a message from you.
Yeah.
You connected to him?
That was weird. I was like, what the hell?
Any of his relatives from the past have a message for Christopher?
Wow.
So what would you like to tell Christopher Fisher? You got to have some kind of message for him. How about you, ancestors? You have a message for Christopher? What would you like to tell him?
We.
You can speak French if you want. He'll understand. Who's this? Thinking we can get a name? Okay. You have a connection to Christopher Fisher?
Irwin, did I hear that correctly?
I think so. Irvin?
Irwin, IRWIN.
Irvin? You have a message for Christopher? What would be your message? Irvin, do you have something you'd like to tell Christopher? Or anybody else? Any of his relatives from the past?
Are you from Australia? That's the only name I heard from there.
Is Australia a connection?
Every week.
Effortly. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Wow. That's a strong yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about the connection to Australia with Christopher Fisher.
Completely.
Can you tell us? Is it a distant relatives from there? From Australia? Connection to Christopher?
Queensland?
How about Queensland? Queensland, Australia. Is there a connection with Christopher Fisher and relatives of the past?
Now, what is going on here? My stuff is starting to die.
Maybe we could get a name of somebody?
Good Lord.
Who else is there that would like to speak? Is there a connection to Christopher Fisher there?
Yes.
Wow. Australia.
Who else there that has a message for Christopher?
Where are you from?
So where are you from? Can you tell me? Are you allowed to tell? Okay, anything in final you'd like to tell Christopher Fisher?
Wow.
Okay, well, we thank you for communicating. Goodbye. Okay, that was
Holy
really interesting.
shnikes. Yeah.
Holy schmoly, that's the first time I ever asked about Australia in a psychic sense.
Yeah, I heard kickstand and you said Queensland, so I put both of them down. Kickstand, Queensland. I don't know.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's insane.
That was the most crazy reading I ever had, Bill.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Two countries,
yeah.
right? France
Yeah.
and Australia.
Yeah, so maybe you had some distant relatives that ended up in Australia there.
Yeah, I was told that to look into that I've never really ventured along that path. I've kept it in for like 8 years, but it's the
Yeah.
first time you've known about it, Tessa.
Yeah, what did you hear, Chris?
I heard a lot of stuff that I didn't even understand.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, I'm not gonna be able to interpret everything of that. But I did hear a lot of loved ones speaking, and I'm just saying that I heard like growth and they're proud of him, but a lot of the stuff they were talking in different language. I wasn't able to make all that out, but yeah.
I would assume that's French because a lot of times I get French when I do sessions for Christopher Fisher.
Yeah, it's French and Australian English.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't.
Okay, so with an accent.
Yeah, I got a lot I got,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, help me, think, yes, fingernails. And I know you heard that too, Chris. It's from
Yeah.
me. Wait, stop that. We know that you will see us. Astral pass. Quest, hey. We frightfully so wait a minute. You gonna travel in one? I don't know. Why are you snickering? No, all of them. Are you with him? And I don't know if they said in Z block or in C block. I think it sounded like Z block. That was so weird.
Z block,
Hi.
yeah.
Yeah. Hi, hey. Waiting over there. Hey, maybe they're trying to do the impression of you trying to sing the Heidi Heidi song, Chris. Waiting over there, creepiness, and then they're like, oh, yes, I want, never have, been good, tell them, James. I know. Huh?
Wow, there's a lot of slang from there.
Yeah.
English slang. Like, what's going on? Hey, like that's how Australians speak.
Hi, hey.
Queenslanders. Or,
Yeah. I heard hello, and then
Well, we do that up here in Canada. We use the word hey a lot. So, yeah, must be an English thing.
yeah, so I'm getting really, really,
But I still got one that I got,
lost
Chris.
that.
It says, I know, you want to be with us, but it has a pitch waiting here in the astral. Want nobody knocking, we'll break. And what's his name? We did, je t'aime. It's cool at first, and then it's soft. Move forward, Jeremy Urban, and then you said it was a different name, not Urban. I heard Urban, and I think Bill did too, but
Yeah,
you
Urban.
said it, Irvin.
Urban or Irwin. Yeah,
I got
Irwin is
Urban.
pronounced
Like you
yeah,
are.
that's pronounced differently in Britain.
Official break, onion. Somebody said another word that sounded like onion. Let's blast off. Hotel, Tim. Message, Andrew. Tell him, small thing, your passing will tell you more. Make this count. It's pleasant. Wait, it's all at back up every week. But I think somebody else heard a different word. When I heard every week, it was something else. Hold on 1 second. Definitely. Okay, that was it. I heard every week. Somebody heard definitely. It was you. Take it. Quit pleasing. That's rare. And Matt, not too far off. Wait. No, not too good. Kickstand. And then that's when somebody else heard Queensland. Get it? Ethan. Wait. You don't. Oh my. It's we. We did it. Edward. Is that all? I will see you later. We are. You have to live. Don't be daft. So don't be silly, Christopher. You were sick and I was dead. Wait. Union. The union. Yeah, we are free. You ought to stay still and come back. Your laurels. One up and you. Sandra.
Wow, and
Go ahead.
they made a lot of mentions that we both want to see each other.
yeah,
That's weird.
yeah.
In this
Sa-
life, how can that be possible?
Astral travel. They said it several times.
Yes.
You got an astral
Yeah.
pass, dude.
Yeah, that's right. I heard that too. That was very interesting.
You know, I can astral to Australia.
Yep.
Anywhere.
Yep, you probably are doing it, Christopher, and you don't even know it.
Wow.
Sandra got, what? Help me. Tap. What does he want? Like me some. He's a big. Why is he listening? Z-bot. And that's where I heard Z-block. Snoopiness. Trapped. Fixed. Truce. What's his name? For sure. Damn you, Bourbon. Radcliffe. Message. Enter your passing.
Ratcliffe.
Yeah. Think of something. Apparently, yes. Queensland, it's done. Heathen, police, Edward, new blood, adults, blood, 7. Mr. Heath, what up? I think in the end it was,
Yeah,
Heath.
Ratcliffe is among my DNA matches. As the
That's
descendant
interesting.
of Edward the First, like I am. Edward is the name of a king.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Wow.
So Indigo Sun Girl, she got very good. Bill, do any of his relatives have a message for him? Fingernail. Bill, do you have a message for Christopher? Any ancestors? Any relatives from Monaco? On the Wrath, answer, I think so. He's a good kid. No, get us out of here. Do it. Bill, what would you like to tell Christopher? How are his ancestors? Good. What would you like to tell him? Choose. Wasn't ever there. Give personal. Jim Beam. Bourbon. Financial. Restful. Hotel. Esther. Engine. Passenger. Great person. Anyone else want to talk to Chris? Anyone from Australia? And then she got Cleanly, God, Matt, Jack. Anyone from Queensland? Lisa, Son of a Gun, no. Rerun, no. Olga, was good. How are you? Devin, where are you from? Are you allowed to tell me? It's a little crowded. And the Lord. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard Lord as well.
Wow. That's crazy. That
So
is good though.
I'm actually getting way too royal for my britches here.
Get out of here with your royal britches.
Well, you know, Tessa, whenever I ask about where they're from, usually they've told me they're not allowed to tell most time, or they avoid telling me. So you have that factor at play as well.
Yeah, I think
At least they were saying it was crowded and they mentioned Lord.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because there's things over there that are going on that they're aware of, but I think there's a little rule in there that they're not allowed to share it with us. Like, we'll find out once we're there, and that was part of the message. Like, you'll find out once you pass. But yeah, so interesting.
Yeah. Kind of got the rule of the dead, I've been told, from somebody explained it to me, that's why they're not allowed to tell you exactly where they are, or they may just jokingly say Pluto. I've had that happen. Of course, you know, what's that from? But I mean, it happens.
Wow.
They're just not allowed to tell you where they are.
Yeah.
They could be in front of you, and they're not allowed to tell you that.
Yeah, they just kind of feed you any place. So
Yeah, and there's a number of things like that on the other side. I've heard people, like, they're stuck somewhere and they're there with their dad or whoever else, and they're after me. Well, who's after you? I can't tell you. Or, I have to be there. Where do you have to be? I can't tell you. Like, there's so many things over there. They can't tell us. It's so weird. But, you know, rules are rules. And lucky that we get to see a small percentage of it. I'm so grateful.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then they know when you're gonna pass, and they can't even tell you that. So when they're ready to come for you, they'll be there. They're
that's
gonna
right.
walk you down.
Yep.
They're gonna walk you down that light.
Well, really, we're not supposed to know those kind of things, to be honest with you. So, I mean, when we're exactly going to die and all that. So,
Yeah, I don't want to know. Surprise me.
no, neither do I.
And the way they talk, I'd be going there physically and astrally both before I go see the spirit. That is interesting as well.
You know what amazes me is that when we travel, like when we see them a little bit, when we can meet them or we can see them, we have the umbilical, we can't even talk, the umbilical cord in our body. But there's only so far that we can go, because if we go further, that cord comes off
Yeah.
from us, that connects us, and if we pull more than what we're supposed to, we can die from that, because there's certain distance that we can go and places we're not allowed to access. So if say you want to say, you know what, let me walk with my dad, just say for an example, let me walk my dad into the light. There's only so far that you can go, and then once that they can go further and you can't.
Yeah,
you
you
have
know when
to
to
be on
stop.
that.
Yeah, it'll snap you right back in your body.
Yeah, and you can't go that far, because they have a list. They have a list of who's able to go through that door, or the gate, or whatever you want to call it.
It's so interesting the different ways it appears. When my mom came to me after she passed, I'm in a park. It's no park I'd ever been in. There's trees, and then there's a lot of grass. Then there's a sidewalk. And then all of a sudden this white room in the distance appears. And you can see, like, people in the window. And then she comes out and walks down the sidewalk. And as she gets closer, then I can tell who it is. And that's when I get so excited. It's my mom. And right where we meet is a bench. And we sit down, and she runs me through the things as far as I'm okay, everything's going to be okay, and names off all the siblings, everything's going to be okay. And then she walks back into this white room with windows in it with other people. So are these different people that are also, reaching out to their family members and everybody's taking a turn? Or how exactly does this work? It's so weird. Like, why is there a white room in the middle of a park? And a bench right there where we meet.
Weird.
It's so interesting. You can't see it. You can see they're coming from somewhere, but you don't know exactly from where. I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, it's like they're from the other dimension popping in, so you just see that brief little window of opportunity there with like a white room in a park.
Mm-hmm.
And then it disappears.
Yeah,
They walk into-
disappears.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Mhm.
TARDIS, but
Yeah.
bigger. Instead of a phone booth, it's a big white room.
I've even
Yeah.
heard people, they say that they go down the long hallway, it looks like a hospital. But it varies when your time comes. You'll see. Not everybody's going to see the same thing. And I do feel that when the people die and they come back to life and they have that perspective, that's when they back up and they, come out of, say, for example, a coma, for like they've been in a coma for 6 months. When they come back, they are so happy to see you because they know what's on the other side. They can't tell you, but they see life as different when you die, when you're near death, and then you come back and you have that second chance. You see everything different. Everything's so different. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's just something that.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Your whole perspective of life in general changes.
Yeah, your thought process is different too. I mean,
Yeah.
you see loved ones, but you just see like the birds,
Well, it's so
the butterflies.
rejuvenating. It's a renewed appreciation for everything that you lost the love and sight to, Everything just kind of dulls out, and then all of a sudden it's renewed, and it's like the world is anew. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we are going to go home, but when it's supposed to, when our time.
Yeah, exactly.
When
And
we
I've heard-
complete our mission.
Mm-hmm.
Our life mission.
To boldly go where no one has dared to go before. But it's pretty intriguing.
I like that.
It's pretty intriguing. That part of my life mission is astraling to different places and even going there in this lifetime.
Yeah, and especially today in our lifetime, the way things are going, is probably the most sort of travel you're going to get is astral. So that's pretty cool. You got an astral pass. Like, where do I sign up? Just kidding. I don't want to astral travel. That shit scares me. But when people have out-of-body experiences and stuff, a lot of them will recount like an area where it's all colors and these colors are swirling. And I think this might be the entryway to that other dimension, because over there it's like every color you can think of and it's so beautiful and everything you ever wanted. But you can't see it because you're not meant to. You're not ready. It's not your time yet. So you just see colors. You feel all this love and embracement in the most peaceful place you've ever been before in your life. You really don't want to go back to Earth because it kind of sucks, but you got to go back because it's not your time. And then once you go through that little doorway or portal or whatever these swirling colors are, I think is when you really get to see what's out there.
You can actually do a lot astrally besides you. If you're connected well enough, you can even go ghost out, so to speak. And if you're not careful, freak people out over here.
What's so weird? Because if you tilt your head for
There's
a
a lot
second,
you could do.
when your head tilt for a second, when you tilt your head, Christopher, there was someone right behind you.
We've
It
seen
was
that
a
fella
white-
before.
Did
There's been a
As my
female and a male.
granddad-
Yeah, I saw that. But
Did he have a
not-
mustache?
Yes, he did. Did you
Yes,
see
I've
him?
seen.
Yep.
Well, I didn't see him tonight, but I have seen him before with Christopher. Yeah, he
That's
just
my relative from Monaco.
No, but
yeah.
but you know how when I saw him and it was weird
You're like,
when
hey,
you see how you're sitting, you know how you're sitting down, right? But when you turned your head like dissipated. You had like a how do you call it? It's like when you see like if you're watching a show and it fuzzes the person's thoughts because you can't see the face. It
Yeah.
had like lines over the face, so it didn't let you see who the face, but you could see an outline like right behind you. And then I
that's
was
awesome. We've gotten pictures of it too, and I still have pictures I have to send Sleepy of when we were talking and I saw some critters in his house. But you guys, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. Bill, can you tell our listeners where to find your YouTube channel and to contact you?
Well, they can find me on YouTube under Candoey, Candoey, as the user, as well as William Hauser as well. I have 2 different channels, and they can also check me out on Autoboom under Candoey. I also have a little podcast that I do, and there's lots of information on Google about me, so you can just put that in there, Bill Hauser, aka Candoey, and you'll get a lot of stuff about me.
Awesome. And what about you, Chris? Psychic Chris Garcia.
They can reach me at Chris Psychic Garcia on Facebook, or they can reach me on my personal cell phone, 210-974-3470. Again, 210-974-3470. And I'm just going to say love you guys and hope you enjoyed the show as always. And thank you, Bill, for having me on as always. And thank you, Tess.
Thank you guys. I'm so grateful to have you guys here. But thanks again, Bill and Chris. You guys have been awesome. And like I said, out of all the shows we've ever done before, this one will stick with me forever. It's not going to haunt my dreams, but I will always remember it. Thank you guys again. It was epic.
Yes, it's definitely been an adventure tonight.
And thank you to all of our friends on We Are Paradox Media's Facebook, Spreaker, Twitter, Periscope, iHeartRadio, and wherever else beyond the Omniverse you've been listening tonight. Had a wonderful time this evening, and I can't wait to do it again next weekend. We got Connie Koenig coming back. She's amazing. If you haven't heard her before, you really gotta listen this next weekend, which is on the 3rd. On the 4th, it's Easter, so I might read you guys some stories or something. We'll do something special. You guys don't forget, we're all in this together. Together, we can make the world a little better. And together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there is no us. Until next time, nighty night, love and light. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you back here, same time, same place.